over mid.
And welcome! It is the playoffs of the Commonwealth League here on Twitch. I am LaRue doing the play-by-play casting for tonight, and joining alongside me as my color commentator, as always, one of my favorite partners this season, is Jinja Ninja. Jinja, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I am doing just fine. So we are getting into pick ban here. It is going to be the number 4 seed, I believe, in Monster Mash, taking on the 5th seed in Nocturnal Dragons here in this game. And, you know, looking through the pick bans, not a whole lot of surprises, but there are some interesting roster swaps, including a few of the subs for Monster Mash we haven't seen all season. You do see it is Snow2Funky up on the top side, usually the AD carry for the squad, but actually playing top lane once again, much like he did at the beginning of the year. Grand Paradox, we haven't seen him this year. He's going to be in the jungle. Panzora the Great, we've seen him for mediocre at best this season, but he did actually sign with Monster Mash a couple of weeks ago. He is going to be playing mid tonight. The Whippy, we may have seen him last week. I don't know, I wasn't casting, but he is going to be playing AD carry, and Sume, the pretty much the lone regular person on this roster, he is going to be playing support. And then, of course, you see over on Nocturnal Dragons, one change for them from their regular roster. It's actually going to be Goodspeed in at the AD carry. So a big storyline in this series, Jinja, is no Nomlad for Nocturnal Dragons. And as we've seen, a lot of the success for Nocturnal Dragons comes through him.
The resident 1v9 has disappeared, so it'll be interesting to see how the bot lane, how aggressive they want to play, how confident they are in Goodspeed's potential, because a lot of the gold that Nocturnal Dragons generates is funneled into or generated by Nomlad, so we'll see gold difference, and we'll see how much attention they want to put towards the bot lane.
Yeah, so we do see the first pick was the Aatrox for Snow2Funky. Saw a lot of it in the early weeks of the season. Of course, didn't see a whole lot of success. Of course, Monster Mash, a team that had a very, very rough early season, but they are going to put him on the Aatrox once again. And it is going to be the Mordekaiser response for Jer the Bear. So, of course, Mordekaiser, he's been a popular pick for Nocturnal Dragons. And then, as for the jungler, we are going to see a Nunu and Willump come out for the ND side.
So, Aatrox was the first pick for Monster Mash, and I'm personally not a huge fan of it. I think it's a champion that gets played around very easily. He's not as, pick ban OP as he was when he was first reworked. Lots of nerfs. So I think taking the Mordekaiser into it is kind of, he's the anti-Juggernaut. He just kind of smashes most melee matchups, especially in the early game. So I think they had some good drafting there with that as the immediate counter pick.
Yeah, so you do see it is the Sejuani for Monster Mash, and then in the mid lane, Jinja can tell you, I was having a little bit of a panic attack over this pick for Panzora the Great,
fangirling. And
I was more or less fangirling, yes, but it is going to be the Vladimir in the mid lane. Of course, I actually do have game experience with Panzora the Great in another league. He did pick the Vladimir up in the top lane in that game, and while I fed my ass off, pardon my French, Panzora, he actually almost 1v9 on the Vladimir. So that's going to be an interesting pick to watch. But of course, we do have another interesting pick over on the other side of things. It's going to be the Lucian in the mid lane, Psycho Ghost. He's going to be playing the AD carry. We thought it might have been a little bit of a pick for Goodspeed. No, in fact, we'll actually see the AD carry pick in just a little bit. But it is going to be that Lucian in the mid lane, as you see the live ban coming out for Nocturnal Dragons.
Originally, it was looking to be like a Lucian Karma bot lane, which is kind of rough. We haven't seen it yet, but Monster Mash picked Caitlyn Morgana. Morgana still being 100% pick ban so far this season, but they picked Caitlyn Morgana in response to the Lucian. So Nocturnal Dragons, I guess we've seen Psycho Ghost play it before. I think we've seen one Lucian mid before. I don't know if it was Psycho Ghost, but
I think it was Monster Mash actually who played it.
Okay.
It was Catastrophe who played the Lucian mid, and he looked pretty good on it. So
yeah,
Nocturnal Dragons giving Monster Mash a little bit of their own medicine.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of a draft swap as they adapted to the Caitlyn Morgana, because Lucian is such a low range ADC, he'll just get bullied out of lane. So they did pick another low range ADC, but I'm gathering that they figured Kai'Sa would handle it better.
Yeah, for certainly. Maybe maybe Goodspeed a little bit more comfortable on that matchup. You do see there's the Caitlyn. We will see Morgana. Morgana remains 100% pick ban here in the Commonwealth Season 2. So, of course, naturally, we thought we might actually not see it. It actually slipped all the way to third pick. But, yeah, it was, in fact, picked up by Monster Mash. And so the support response will actually be the Karma out for Wolfie. So the full team comps are set. You can take a look at them there. Snow Too Funky for Monster Mash going to be on the Aatrox. Grand Paradox on the Sejuani. Panzora the Great on Vladimir. The Whippy is going to be on Caitlyn. And Sume will be playing Morgana. And for the side of Nocturnal Dragons, you do have Jer the Bear on Mordekaiser. Quetzalcoatl on Nunu and Willump. Psycho Ghost on Lucian. Goodspeed. He is going to be playing Kaisa. And Wolfie, she will be playing the Karma. So, full team comps are set. Jinja, take a look at it and really give me some thoughts on what you think will probably be the keys to the game for both these sides.
I think Grand Paradox with Sejuani has some great ganking opportunities in top and bottom lane. Mid lane, not so much, since Vlad is a champion without crowd control, especially because Lucian has the dash, so it's going to be more on Lucian to fuck up. And dash forward too aggressively and get caught out by Sejuani. But Aatrox is melee with a slow and 3 knockups. Morgana Caitlyn is a pretty, standard, I'm going to hit you with own ability, and then you're going to sit there for 3 seconds while I beat you up. So I think those are good early game ganking opportunities for Sejuani. She doesn't really want to contest anything that Quetzalcoatl goes for, because the damage early isn't that strong as Sejuani. Not even great late, but I think there she has a lot of opportunities. And then on the other side, Psycho Ghost on Lucian against a Vladimir. An early game champion on Lucian, the level 2 power spike is very strong. So took Ignite, going to be going early in to get some early kills and try to accelerate the gold lead there. Jer the Bear should, in a 1v1, beat Snow Too Funky. Aatrox just has to be mindful. Aatrox took the Ignite, so if he gets too aggressive, he might lose, and that might extend the gold lead against him. But if he gets ahead through a lucky kill or a gank, Aatrox not having teleport is going to put him further and further behind in XP and gold. Hopefully, for Mordekaiser, accelerating him, getting him an item advantage, since he's not a champion that scales too far into the late game, especially Aatrox's natural lifesteal and building lifesteal.
All right, so yeah, certainly some exciting team comps here, an exciting matchup. Like we said, this is in theory, this should be our closest series, perhaps, of this first round of the playoffs. 4 seed versus 5th seed. These two teams, they've had stretches where these teams have looked very, very good, but they've also had stretches where these teams have looked very, very off. So, going to be interesting to see which team is on, of course, here tonight. And do remember, the winner of this series, it will actually face an uphill battle next week, as they will be facing Mediocre at Best, who did get the 2nd seed. So we will see who actually plays them next week in the second round in the semifinals of the Commonwealth League playoffs. Of course, do remember the other seeds. It is SPK Reapers. They are the 1st seed. The 2nd seed is actually Mediocre at Best. Then you have our 3rd seed in RAR. Then 4th seed Monster Mash. 5th seed Nocturnal Dragons. And then, of course, the 6th seed, still looking for their first win. But, in a league where everybody makes the playoffs, you can still, in fact, win the league. It is Lionheart Esports. So it's going to be real exciting. I am excited, especially for this first round of the playoffs. Just remember the format as well. It is going to be a best of 3 for both the quarterfinals and the semifinals matchups. And then the finals matchup, we're going all out. We're pulling out all the stops. Best of 5, 3 people in the booth. It's going to be a great time. So, looks like the spectator delay almost up. We will get into game in just a moment. We can talk about skin to win here, as one of these teams looks to make their mark and get out of the first round of the playoffs. So as we get into the loading screen here, just want to give you a fair warning, a personal disclaimer, if you will, that my computer has actually, in fact, crashed twice today while either trying to play League or watch League. So, in case my client crashes or my computer crashes today, we're just going to have to get through it. So we'll go ahead and try, but you do see the skin selections for both these sides. It looks like it is going to be a little bit of a wash between these two teams. I can't really do math on the fly, so I don't know whose skins are more expensive. I can tell you the Aatrox's Prestige Edition is pretty darn expensive, and then a $20 skin in Pulsefire Caitlyn, of course, but I don't remember. Which was the $20 skin for Arcade? Was it Kaisa or was it...
Kaiser's a 1350, as I think so.
Was it Caitlyn who got the 1820 for that one? I feel like it was. I don't know.
Probably. Caitlyn's got a lot of expensive skins.
Yeah, she does. Trust me, as somebody who actually owns most of the Caitlyn skins, I've probably spent a little bit more on this game than I care to admit. Of course, you do see some discount skins, though. Dragon Knight Mordekaiser, not the most expensive skin. Grungy Nunu and Willem, not the most expensive skin as well. Wolfie flashing that $10 Karma skin, and Psycho Ghost also flashing the $10 Lucian skin. And so, it's going to be an exciting one. I didn't really get a chance to see what skins Monster Mash was using, but I'm sure they had some expensive ones besides the $20 Caitlyn skin and the priceless.
I had like a 520 Sedge, and then no two skins.
Oh,
Two
yeah,
people, no skins.
Dawn Chaser, that's 750. I can tell you that for sure. That's
Okay.
the RPG. That's like the RPG skins that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. Whitebeard Rise or whatever. Castbreaker Gragas, aka the goofiest skin in the goofiest splash art in the game, and otherwise. But you do see here these two teams are fanning out. It is going to be an invade, it looks like, from Monster Mash. Keep in mind, this is a relatively new Monster Mash lineup. Of course, these guys have been on the roster the whole season, but for the most part, not including Panzora the Great, but we'll see how much the practice they've gone into. But of course, you do see it's a little bit of cheese from Nocturnal Dragons as well. They are waiting in the River Bush. And it's going to be interesting to see. Now Nocturnal Dragons does know Monster Mash is there. And so we might see a cutoff here. We might see a 5v5 coming depending on how Monster Mash wants to handle the second half of this invade. Monster Mash does not know they are standing on a ward.
Very smart word by Wolfie.
Yeah, Nocturnal Dragons, they're actually lining up. They might go around and go for this here. You do see the recall is complete. That is actually going to be Panzora going back. This is now a 5v4. If Nocturnal Dragons wants to come up from behind, he's still waiting over the wall. This is very, very tense. This is a tense
it's so
moment
late
here.
in the minion spotting.
Are you trying to fight over the blue buff? What are you trying to do here? Aatrox, he's going to use the blast plan out. It's now a 5v3. You got to go if you want this. It is going to be Grand Paradox starting things up, and now you're going to see Nocturnal Dragons come out for this fight. You see Monster Mash, they are going to immediately have to try to run away. There's the Dark Binding coming down. That's going to be the flash from Sume. He's going to be taken low, who just flashed Psycho Ghost did. It's going to be first blood for Goodspeed. He also blows the flash. 2 flashes for a kill as Nocturnal Dragons. They cheese the cheese and end up with first kill.
Yep. A little bit of XP lost mid and bot. Jay the Bear holding teleport. Gonna miss most likely just 3 minions, but 1 kill on Kaisa is pretty good. It's not gnome led. We'll see how Goodspeed takes that, how far he can take that advantage. But that was quite a late fight for them. Whoever came out ahead was going to come out very far ahead. The other team slowing down quite a lot.
Yeah, so important to note here, as you see, Snow Too Funky, he's actually going to be in the mid lane rather than Panzora the Great. Panzora, he's actually going to be playing up on the top side, so he's going to see what he can do into the Mordekaiser. Meanwhile, Snow Too Funky, he's going to try to play that Aatrox mid into the Lucian. So if we can get that organized here on the stream, I've already organized it on my own personal client, but if we want to go ahead and just swap out the mid for the top, we can continue here on in this game. But we are almost at the 3-minute mark. It is a 600 gold lead for Nocturnal Dragons after first blood. You do see here, it is going to be an early CS lead for the Vladimir over the Mordekaiser. Not really a big differences just yet. You do see some fighting in the mid lane as it is going to be Snow Too Funky hitting level 3 first, but Psycho Ghost actually winning the trade there, taking the Aatrox relatively low, down to about 40% of his health, as he's able to just take advantage of those auto attacks and take advantage of just the general range advantage he has.
Yep. Press attack is just way stronger than Conqueror early, and then it's the obvious ranged versus melee matchup. He can use that dash like he didn't use there to dodge abilities, especially that very important hitbox at the end of Aatrox's Q. So I think Lucian should flex his muscles mid lane like he's doing.
It looks like Quetzalcoatl maybe winding up for a gank up onto the top side. Instead, elects to just run his snowball into the wall. You do see it is a level advantage for Quetzalcoatl. Grand Paradox missed a lot of XP, so to speak, or actually just got a slower start because of the failed invade. So Going to be batting a
Smite
little bit
on.
uphill here. You do see it is going to be a jungle fight here. You do see Grand Paradox. He's going to start the fight a little bit healthier. Both junglers do have red buff. Quetzalcoatl taking a little bit of damage. Both Jared the Bear and Panzor the Great, they are on the way. There's the root coming down onto Sejuani. Jared the Bear is there, but he is going to maybe go a little bit too deep. That's the flash out from the Sejuani. Panzor the Great is there. Can he do anything? Vladimir not really at the stage where he can do much, but it's going to be Jared the Bear actually finishing off the blue buff with the auto attack. And so, all said and done, a pretty successful invade for Nocturnal Dragons. They get the flash from the jungler and they get the blue buff, putting Grand Paradox a little bit farther behind.
Mordekaiser, mana regen, Pog. Not the most impactful thing, but setting Sejuani further behind, delaying that level 6 power spike for her ganking opportunities is impactful.
It's 100 gold in the pocket. Even if you don't use the mana regen, it's still 100 gold in the pocket of Jared the Bear, especially into maybe the player to watch in Panzor the Great. Every little bit helps in that matchup. So certainly, Nocturnal Dragons so far with a pretty solid early game, now up to a 1k gold lead at 5 minutes. But still
Pretty necessary too, seeing how much he lost in the early game because he held his TP.
Yeah, you do see it is actually a level advantage for Jared the Bear because of what he's been able to do. Actually, though, you do see Panzor the Great hitting level 5. Still has more experience, though, despite getting back to lane a little bit late. So, once again, another factor of that successful invade. You do see here good speed in the Whippy, still kind of just farming things out as the Mordekaiser and Vladimir continue to just fight up on the top side. Jared the Bear taking a little bit of damage. He's going to have to shield and get away. Maybe thinking about diving on that one, but the tower says no.
And if we look at first backs by mid lane, we can see that gold difference already coming up. Vamp Scepter for Lucian, and just a cloth armor refillable for Aatrox. So a lot more power, a lot more sustain coming from this Lucian. Gonna get level 6, halfway to level 6. So we'll see if he can go for a cheeky solo kill.
Good speed going in very, very aggressive. You do see it get to Kotal. He's looking for the jungle gank. Is going to wind up the snowball, but maybe going a little bit too early was the Kai'Sa, actually taking quite a bit of damage on the Kai'Sa engage. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication there from Nocturnal Dragons. Quetzalcoatl will just back off as the bot lane of Nocturnal Dragons, they take their first back of the game. But with the Vamp Scepter, maybe the Lucian thinking about Blade of the Ruined King, but you do see here it is going to be a 2v1 situation. There's the Ignite going down from Snow Too Funky. Psycho Ghost, he's just going to try to sell out for the kill. He gets it! Both mid laners claiming a kill, but Grand Paradox is on the board with his first assist of the contest. And once again, fighting up on the top side is Jared the Bear. He's the first to hit level 6. Panzor, he's going to follow shortly after.
That was pretty good by Psycho Ghost to realize that he wasn't going to escape the situation. So he had to just burn the Ignite and try to put down as much damage as possible to just get a 1-for-1. He's up 18 CS. He's got a level advantage. Wave's in a good position for him, so he's doing well for himself, even though he just got ganked.
Yeah, especially saving the flash as well. Would be very tempting maybe to try to flash out of that gank to try to get away, but instead just selling out for the kill. You pick it up. Yeah, you die. Yeah, you give a little bit of kills or a little bit of gold over to Snow Too Funky, but with that CS lead, you still have 400 gold advantage. As you do see, it is the Ninja Tabbies coming out for Snow Too Funky. That's going to slow the Lucian down just a little bit. It is an Ocean Drake, and you do see here it is going to be Nocturnal Dragon starting that up. As you see here, it is going to be the Lucian coming down. It is going to be 3 members on the Drake. You did see a missing ping on the Dragon. I do believe Monster Mash knows they are taking this, but there will be no response, not really in a position to respond, and so the first Dragon will go down. It's an Ocean Drake for Nocturnal Dragons.
Yeah, Monster Mash had good ward coverage in actually both sides of the river before Nocturnal Dragons went out and tried to clear all of it. So the bottom side of the river is their zone. They have something 6 wards in the bottom side river. So they have a very well illuminated area to work around and play around, and get to take a free Ocean Drake because of it.
Yeah, all those wards on the bottom side of the river, though, not going to stop Grand Paradox from invading up on the top side. Now it looks like he may be looking for a gank up top as well. He's going to come through the Tri-Bush. Jared the Bear, he's going to go in. He does not know. He does have his flash available. He will be able to flash out if he can. No, he's going to go ahead and use the ultimate. He's going to try to fight this one out. He's going to be on top of Grand Paradox here. You do see Panzor the Great. He is hanging out, just waiting. Quetzalcoatl is going to be able to make it a 2v2. There's the ultimate coming down from Vlad. Jared the Bear going to go ahead and finish off the kill from Sejuani. The Vladimir ult is not going to be enough. Make that a kill for Jared the Bear, a solo kill, so to speak, in the 2v1. Actually, we can go ahead and call it a 2v1 turnaround, as it's technically a 1v1, but you still get the kill in the 2v1 situation.
1v1.
Yeah, exactly.
Ganking a Mordekaiser post 6 is pretty hard, especially when you're a tank jungler like CWE, where you don't
There's
have...
a little bit of aggression. Psycho Ghost going in on Snow2Funky, actually going to walk into the Monster Mash jungle to try to get the full effect from that Lucian ult, but...
Force the ult. Or force the flash, sorry.
Yeah, did flash, by the way, so Psycho Ghost no longer has that flash, trying to play very, very aggressively. He is going to pay for it with no longer having that flash. Snow2Funky, you do see, still has his flash. Quetzalcoatl hanging out in the top side of the jungle. And Snow2Funky, he's going to come up the river to go ahead and force Quetzalcoatl away. You do see here, though, Grand Paradox, he has made up that experience disadvantage. He is now level 6. Quetzalcoatl still looking to hit level 6 for himself. So he may be a little bit behind at this stage of the game, but hold on, we might have a 3v2 situation coming up. Wolfie, he's going to be taken low. There's the ignite coming down from Snow2Funky. He's going to get kill number 2. Can Psycho Ghost turn this one around? Yes, he does. He does get that kill. You see Joe there, he's going to come in from the backside, but Grand Paradox is here as well. Grand Paradox is level 6, does not have the ulti available. There's going to be Psycho Ghost. He's going to try to dash away. Good speed. He's going to pick up his second kill of the game. This is turning out relatively positively for Nocturnal Dragons, and it looks like they're not done. Here comes the snowball. Can they find the Morgana? No, she's going to use the Black Shield, but Quetzalcoatl, he's going to go ahead and flash on top of Sume. It's only a matter of time. There goes the Morgana. That is a 3-for-1 overall. Nocturnal Dragons coming out on top in the extended fight.
So, I don't even know what to say about that fight. That was a pretty good... Oh, good job following that, honestly. But I don't know what to say about that fight. It was just kind of a going one at a time. The controversial one at a time strat coming into effect. Goodspeed didn't... I was a little worried that they were going to escape because Goodspeed didn't level his ultimate before that fight. He was level 6, but then put a point into it. Most likely just putting a point into his E by accident. Yeah, he's got 2 in his E. So I was a little worried that they were just going to walk away from it, but it was a good chase down. Good teleport by Jay the Bear to see that the fight was going to break out, and he got right behind him.
Yeah, so after the fight here, of course, looking at the game state, you do have a 1.7k goal lead for Nocturnal Dragons. Big difference up top side, though. You do see Jared the Bear. He does have that kill and that assist, but it is actually a 25 CS lead, excuse me, for Panzora the Great. That's actually a 300 gold lead for that Vladimir over the top of the Mordekaiser. Of course, Mordekaiser, you're helping get your team ahead in other areas, though. You do see it is actually a 1.2k gold lead for the Kaisa over the Caitlyn, and also in the mid lane, a 600 gold lead for Psycho Ghost over Snow2Funky, despite the fact that both mid laners actually have 2 kills. So certainly a interesting game state, maybe not the game state we were expecting. Of course, you know, with Monster Mash playing a relatively new roster. One of the questions was to see how well they start off this series, and it looks like they're having just a little bit of problems here early on. Of course, though, it is best of 3 series. You will have more chances after this if game 1 doesn't go your way. But we are past the 12-minute mark, and it is at this stage of the game, Nocturnal Dragons controlling the game state. Do you see here, there's some fighting in the mid lane. Yeah, both ultimates going to go down. It is going to turn into a 2v2, though. Quetzalcoatl and Grand Paradox are there for the follow-up. Snow2Funky, he's actually going to claim the first kill of the fight onto the Lucian. Quetzalcoatl, he's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate. He's going to go ahead and try to chomp down on the Aatrox. Aatrox going to be taken low. Can Quetzalcoatl walk away from the damage? No, he can't. It's a 2v2 victory. And also down to the bot side, you do see the Whippy. He's going to go ahead and claim the kill onto the support. You have a 1v1 up on the top side. Panzora the Great and Jared the Bear, they're going to try to fight this one out. The pool is going to be there. That's going to be the flash away from Vladimir. No kill up top side, but a 3-for-0 across the board for Monster Mash. Of course, as I say that Nocturnal Dragons is controlling the early game, Monster Mash, they just go ahead and take that gold lead back.
Yep.
And now it looks like Panzora the Great might be on the hunt.
They're going to get an Ocean Drake off that. They're going to get 1 plate off of the bot lane turret and 2 off the mid lane turret. So huge gold swing. They were behind before, and now they're up almost 1k gold.
Yeah, once again, fighting up on the top side. Jared the Bear, he's going to be very low. He's going to go ahead and pop the shield here. It looks like it might be Panzora who might actually go down. We'll have to see the end of this fight. It's going to be close. The lifesteal's not enough. It is going to be Jared the Bear claiming the kill. The Dragon will go down. That is an Ocean Drake for Monster Mash, but we've got a team fight coming up. Sume, he's going to be low. He's going to try to Zhonya's and save some time, but no, Psycho goes, he's going to snipe him with the W. The second kill is going to go down for Quetzalcoatl. That's going to be a 2-for-0 at this stage of the fight. Make that 3-for-0. So it's Boogie, he's trying to salvage anything. The Ignite is dropped down. He is going to pick up the kill on Delusion, but he is going to go down. It's Wolfie picking up the kill. It's going to be actually an ace for Nocturnal Dragons, a 5-for-1. And this game just teeter-tottering back and forth. As you do see, it is going to be Goodspeed claiming a tower plate just before the 14-minute mark.
What a swing back. Okay. So now the gold lead is 1.5k, 1.6k in the favor of Nocturnal Dragons. If we look at items, since everybody except Goodspeed sitting on about 1900 gold right now. Oh, same with Jerry the Bear, so I won't talk about them, but most people have spent all of their gold and are upped on items. Kai'Sa has Mana Immune stacking, Blade of the Rune King already on Lucian, Cinder Hulk in the jungle, just an Infinity Edge on Caitlyn. So the Kai'Sa's damage, once she goes back and buys, is going to be way higher than what the Whippy can put out. So they should try to escort her to lanes to take down turrets, since they have a significant damage advantage in most of their lanes.
Yeah, so you see here 1.8k gold differential here. The Kai'Sa well ahead of the Caitlyn. That is 2k gold at this stage. Actually, a little bit less than 2k, but still a relatively big gold difference. As you see, it's actually going to be Psycho Ghost now moving down to the bot lane. Still waiting for the first tower to go down. Actually, not a whole lot of plates taken across either side. You see on the mini-map, no tower really in danger of being taken down here, but you do see it is going to be the bot lane of Nocturnal Dragons. It looks like they're going to go ahead and 2v2. Snow Too Funky, he's going to be taken low. That is the strength of Kai'Sa. She just deletes the Aatrox without a whole lot of help. You do see Jerry the Bear, he's going to try to make this a 2v2. You do have Quetzalcoatl trying to weave that snowball through the jungle. He is going to do so. He is there. How long can that snowball go, though? He's going to be let down, not going to find anything, but he is going to go ahead and use the ultimate. He's going to pop it to slow that Sejuani down just a little bit. There's the flash from the Nunu there. Looks like we're going to see a couple tower shots going down onto both Quetzalcoatl and Jerry the Bear, and that might be all the difference that Monster Mash needs. It is going to be Quetzalcoatl going down first. No, make that a killing spree for Jerry the Bear. He is 3-0-1. Can he claim this last kill onto Panzora the Great, or can the Vladimir find enough lifesteal? He's going to try to pull away. The Q is not going to connect. Is Jerry the Bear going to dive? No, he's not. It's going to stop right there, but it is going to be a 1-for-1 fight. As you see, it's actually 2 towers going down amongst all of that, as it is going to be the bot lane of Nocturnal Dragons just flexing their strength across, well, flexing their bot lane's strength at this stage, getting 2 towers, the first tower gold, the second tower gold, and also, you do still have Rift Herald in the hands of Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, so on the macro side of the fight, micro side, they went 1-for-1 top lane. Jerry the Bear left the lane left the fight a little healthier, forcing Panzora to back. But on the macro side, the Aatrox dying mid lane let Goodspeed and Wolfie push down 2 turrets, putting a significant chunk of gold, most gold in the game by far, 8k in the hands of Goodspeed right now. Item and a hat, 2.5 items, sorry. Fight down bot lane.
Yeah, Psycho Ghost is going to dash right into the face of the Aatrox. He might not have the damage at this stage of the game, though. Aatrox, he's going to do a number on the Lucian, but Quetzalcoatl is there to make things a little bit easier. But Grand Paradox, he's on the way. Snow Too Funky, he's actually going to pick up the kill, and this might be a bad situation for Quetzalcoatl. He's going to try to just weave around the CC for Grand Paradox, but he knows the bot lane is coming, and so is Jared the Bear. The TP is coming down. What can Goodspeed find? Snow Too Funky, he's trying to do anything. No, Goodspeed, he's going to be unstoppable. Now it's Sejuani on the run. Can Quetzalcoatl find the CC? Can anybody find the CC? As Grand Paradox, he's going to just run into the support of his bot lane. The Dark Binding is going to slow Jared the Bear down enough. So it will be Nocturnal Dragons backing up. They are going to pick up the 1v1, and Rift Herald going to be dropped in the bot lane, as they're going to look for that first tier tower down on the bot side. And looks like with Jared the Bear on the way, they might get it, but there is going to be support coming from Monster Mash. They will. There you go.
Okay, good teleport response from Jared the Bear. He's been pretty on point with all of his TPs this game, being where he needs to be, when he needs to be responding and trusting his team. But definitely too aggressive from Psycho Ghost. The Tabai reduces a lot of damage that he's going to be dealing with No Too Funky. Panzora cut out by Goodspeed.
Yeah, it looks like Panzora, he's going to be caught in a bad situation. He's going to drop the ult. Look at the damage coming down. Is the red buff going to be enough? Yes, it is. 6-0-5 is the Kai'Sa. Of course, you swap out maybe one great ADC for another, as it's been the Goodspeed show here in this one. 18 minutes, 6-0-5, and now you see it is going to be Psycho Ghost and Wolfie joining him up on the top side as they get their 4th tower of the game. Just 1 tower for Monster Mash. You do see Vladimir did actually claim that top lane tier 1, but I want to go back to something you said about the TP usage. We've seen Jared the Bear join in several fights so far throughout this game, and Panzora the Great, we haven't seen him a whole lot outside of his own lane, so that's really maybe making a big difference in this game thus far.
Yeah, I think I don't think he's been outside of his lane the entire game except for that level 1 where he left, he backed and walked up top lane. So not a lot of impact towards the team from Panzora. You know, he's got his lead in his own lane, which actually is
Actually
in the
does not have the
favor of
lead, and
Bear
it's going to be a
now,
one.
just because of
Yeah,
the
it's 100 for Jer
goals
the
that
Bear.
he's gotten. But not bringing any of his power towards the enemy team, or towards to help his team. Sorry. 3-item Kai'Sa almost got the man immune stacked up about a 100 off. By far, that's an insane gold lead. He's 3,000 gold up. The next highest number, which is nuts. He's insanely far ahead. So I honestly I think they should set up Vision for a 20-minute Baron. They have 2 ADCs and a dedicated tank. Especially because Kai'Sa is one of those ADCs that just deals percentage max health true damage. Not true damage, magic damage, but percentage max health damage. So can definitely melt it once it spawns.
Yeah, you do see it is Vision on the Baron for Nocturnal Dragons. As do you want to keep a note that Goodspeed is the plat player for Nocturnal Dragons? The plat player for Monster Mash, at least in game number 1, is Panzora the Great. They are both plat 4. So something interesting to note here as we move along here, you do see it is going to be 4 members of Monster Mash up on the top side. As you see, Psycho Ghost, he's actually going to be roaming up. Jared the Bear doesn't have TP. He is on the bottom side. Snow Too Funky doesn't have the TP either. So you get in a fight up on the top side. There will be no response from either of the laners in the bottom lane. But actually, you do see it's going to be both teams backing off, and Psycho Ghost actually heading towards the mid lane to farm up a little bit. He needs maybe a little bit more gold in the hands of the Lucian. 6.9k, he does have the lead over his enemy laner, but no, you can always use more gold, especially on a carry like Lucian.
I don't know if it was just. I think it was good by Monster Mash to try to respond, to stay on the top side because that's where they need to be. Snow Too Funky is never going to show up to a Baron fight if it happens right now, but I think they need to be pushing up mid and top wave, especially because top doesn't have a turret, just to try to keep control over the Baron area since it's such a threat coming out of Nocturnal Dragons right now.
I do see here, interesting situation. Quetzalcoatl, he's going to be in the bot lane now. He's going to look for a gank onto the Aatrox, but nothing's going to be there. So he's just going to go ahead and back off. You do see Goodspeed and Wolfie. They are hanging out up on the top side, but there's going to be the jungler. He's going to come in. They do spawn it out, though. Nice ward, though, in that river brush. And so Kai'Sa and Karma just able to continue holding this wave, continue maybe pushing it in just a little bit and staving off the efforts from Monster Mash to really get something going here.
They're wasting such a good opportunity right now. They saw Quetzalcoatl on the bot lane, so they know that the Baron is never going to happen, so they should move in, flex their 4v5 power. Even though Goodspeed is as fed as he is, one Sedge, one ult could still be death for him. So they should move in and try to establish vision control over the area so that they don't have to worry about the Baron as much.
I do see here resources being given to both AD carries. The Whippy, he's not one that you want to discount either. 1-1-1, he is 30 CS down. He is 4k down on Nocturnal Dragons. The AD carry for Nocturnal Dragons in Goodspeed, but especially watching that Caitlyn's going to scale, does have the Infinity Edge, does have the Zeal, so is a little bit behind, but you give her enough time, she will be able to put down a little bit of damage, especially when she's not necessarily behind on anybody else, but the AD carry, or for Nocturnal Dragons, she is behind the Kai'Sa, but frankly, everybody's behind the AD carry for the Nocturnal Dragons.
Yeah, definitely on par with the rest of the members of the game, aside from Goodspeed. So I wouldn't discount her damage. She's close to completing the Zeal item, so she'll be a 2-item Caitlyn. Not close to the 3-item, which is like a very scary mark for her, but looks like posturing for Baron for Nocturnal Dragons, seeing if they can just sneak it in.
Yeah, you do see here they know they don't have any vision on it. They're going to go ahead and start it up on the backside. All members of Nocturnal Dragons, they do have their flash. I expect to see Psycho Ghost maybe just dashing over the wall here. No, he's going to go ahead and take the long route down. But you see, everybody for Monster Mash, they are not in the area. This is going to be a Baron for Nocturnal Dragons. 23 minutes just sneaking it in from behind essentially a 2-person Baron. As a Nocturnal Dragons, some solid macro in this one. 4-tower lead, a Baron at 23 minutes. Really just in a great state moving into the mid-late portions of this game. If
you saw the ward that Snow Too Funky just destroyed, that was giving vision of 2 of the recalls on Monster Mash's side. So they saw at least two members recall. Vladimir was bot, has TP up, but no wards close enough. So it was good of them to notice that they weren't going to be on the map, and they had enough time and enough regen from the 2 Ocean Drakes and the dedicated tank of Nunu to just melt it down. Oh,
Do you
good
see here
call.
both teams now posturing near the Dragon Pit. After 3 Ocean Drakes, we are going to see an Infernal Dragon. It is going to be started up. Here comes Grand Paradox. It's actually going to be Quetzalcoatl going ahead and stealing the Dragon. Grand Paradox, actually not stealing the Dragon, but taking the Dragon. Grand Paradox, he's going to go down, has no way out. Actually, I think he may have, did he flash in and try to dash out, or did he dash in and try to flash out? Either way, he didn't get out of the pit. Actually, no, he did die just over the pit. So he did get out, but the damage was there. And so that Sejuani, not going to have your tank, not going to have your big CC. As you see those Baron empowered minions, they're going to be coming down the lane. Things looking very, very dire for Monster Mash here in game number 1. Dark Binding is going to come down onto Karma. She's going to take a little bit of damage. She took the tower aggro, actually, but you do see here, there's the cannon minion, Panzor the Great. He's going to go in. He's going to try to find the engage. Look at the damage from the 0-2 Vladimir. That's a big engage. The Kai'Sa's going to go down, make this a 2-0. This might be the fight that Monster Mash needs to get back into things. Jared the Bear, he is still alive, doing quite a bit of work on the front lines of the fight. He's trying to stall out. He is going to go down, though. It is going to be a 3-0 in the 4v5 as Panzor the Great, 0-2 on the Vladimir, but when you have 200 farm at 25 minutes, you are still relatively strong, and he just deletes the key members of the Nocturnal Dragons, and it looks like they're finally going to be able to make a push up the mid lane.
Oh my god, Panzora. Okay, now he's sitting on 2,000 gold, so he's just going to go back, get his Zonias, and just become even stronger. They put the Black Shield on him, and said go. He popped Flash, he popped ult, he popped everything. That was a great synchronized engage by Monster Mash. They got a turret, 3 kills, take 3 Barons off the map. Looks like they're posturing for the bottom turret. I don't think they're going to get it. I think that Nocturnal Dragons will respond to that, but it definitely stems the gold lead that they were going to do, save their inhibitor. Very well played by Panzora.
Yeah, certainly. Of course, I was telling you before the game, in the game I played with him, he pretty much 1v9. And while he did have a few kills in the previous game whenever I played with him, yeah, that is still Vladimir. That is still a champion that Riot, tends to give a little bit of favoritism to. Not going to lie. Might be a little bit strong. Who knows? But either way.
Those late game scalers.
Those late game scarers, exactly. But you do see a Grand Paradox. He's going to be caught out. Good speed, still very, very strong. You might be able to shut him down once, but that is still a 7-1 Kai'Sa. He's just going to simply take down the jungler. Now they're just going to go ahead and take the rest of Grand Paradox's jungle. Takes the Gromp, takes the blue buff. Now they're going to turn their attentions up to the top side, especially you see the Vladimir. He is bot side, does have TP available.
Any flank wards, though?
Yeah, exactly.
One flank ward all the way back up at the top bush. That is not a good place to TP to.
And you do have the control ward there, but Quetzalcoatl, he might be caught out. Both junglers might be caught out. In fact, as Quetzalcoatl, he's going to have to use the ult to protect himself. The tower is going to go down, maybe just trying to run a little bit of interference. So good speed can take the tower. It is going to work out for him, and they're going to continue this push, but you do see the Vladimir. You have to watch where he is at all times. That is now very, very apparent. He is going to head actually towards this mid lane to kind of slow this push that this Lucian had on the backside. Actually, hold on. Look at the good speed just going straight in. Actually, going to buy or bait out the Sejuani ult. Completely intended, I'm sure. But
straight in, straight out.
He just, dashes in, realizes, maybe this was a bit of a mistake. Trying to assassinate the Whippy. Did get the heal. So maybe the Whippy keeping himself alive with the Summoner spell. But good speed quickly realizing, maybe this isn't where I want to stand. He dashes away. Even flashes out as well. And so he avoids all the CC on his way out. So you do see 28 minutes in this one as we approach the 8 p.m. hour, the 8 o'clock hour, or whatever time zone you might be in. 6.3k goal lead for the side of Nocturnal Dragons. But there's Jared the Bear. He's going to take the Dark Binding to the face. Can Grand Paradox find the follow-up CC? Yes, he does, but there is the ultimate coming down. It's going to be the Aatrox and the Mordekaiser fighting in the Death Realm, while the other 4 members continue to fight things out. It is going to be the Mordekaiser going down, but Jared the Bear does claim the kill from the grave onto Snow 2 Funky. They're going to fight in the jungle passageway here. Good speed. He is there. We'll see what he can do on the backside of this fight. No, it looks like everybody's just going to go ahead and back off. They're just going to trade 1 for 1. Snow 2 Funky goes down. Jared the Bear goes down as well. And it looks like it is going to be Nocturnal Dragons just backing things off and heading towards that mid lane. Baron coming up in a minute.
Yep, that is the next objective for him again, 2 ADCs. This is a while ago. I haven't had the chance to talk about it because people just keep caught on fighting. But Sejuani is not tanky. She is not a tank right now. She keeps playing towards the front side, but she just gets melted. 4-item Kai'Sa, only 2 items on Lucian, but the Bork is still a lot of the max health damage. So she is not a tanky champion right now and should not be playing as aggressively as she does. It's kind of been caught out a few times and led to good opportunities for Nocturnal Dragon. So we'll see if Grand Paradox can play a little cleaner, keep himself tight. Looks like we're going to be fighting over the Infernal Drake right now. Pretty important.
Infernal Drake is going to be started up. It's going to be shredded rather quickly. Grand Paradox is there, but it is going to be Nunu going ahead and taking that dragon. That is now 4 dragon for the side of Nocturnal Dragons, including 2 Infernals and 2 Ghost Ocean Drakes. There's going to be the Lucian caught out there by the Sejuani. Oh, she might not be tanky, but she still has some very, very big CC. And that's going to be the Lucian going down. It is now a 5v4 situation. Jared the Bear, he's going to go ahead and fight the Vladimir over on the other side. You do see Jared the Bear, he is very, very strong, though. And Caitlyn Ola is going to come down next, but he's not going to be able to survive. Good speed, he might dash into a place he doesn't want to be. He's going to be on the run, now on the run for 5 members of Monster Mash, but the rest of the team is there. It is going to be a 5 for 3. How much can Goodspeed do? He can't do anything. He is going to be shut down. This is bad for Nocturnal Dragons. Make that a 4 for nothing. Wolfie's on the run. Can't she get away? She's going to flash to the safety of her tower. A 4 for nothing for Monster Mash. Hold the damn phone. This one not over yet.
Catastrophic. Psycho Ghost cut out by Morgana Q. Jared the Bear almost winning the 1v1 against Penzora the Great, but should have realized that the team is coming. Can't win the 5v1. And then Goodspeed dashing in straight to his death. Flashless because of the last jump in, jump out.
Ooh, Karma going to be pulled in and killed by the Aatrox. The CC is there, and now Lucian is going to go down, make that an ace for Monster Mash. You do see it's going to be a shutdown, though. Aatrox is going to go down, but 4 members of the team still alive for Monster Mash to continue this push. 19 kills to 18, 30 minutes. You do see there's an inhibitor tower going down. It's actually going to be Monster Mash when everything's said and done, taking the first inhibitor tower. Goodspeed is up, so is Quetzalcoatl and Jared the Bear. So the 3 strongest members of Nocturnal Dragons, they are alive. And that is going to go ahead and stop the Monster Mash push.
Yeah. Clean 6 for 1 with 3 turrets on the outside. So huge gold swing for Monster Mash again. You know, after the last Baron, they've been down on gold basically the whole game. And now they've gotten it up to 1k deficit. But looks like Nocturnal Dragons is going to do their strat again. Take Kai'Sa, take Nunu, and just walk at Baron. Force the fight. If they don't respond, you get a free Baron. If they do respond, you'll hopefully get a nice fight going on. But looks like they're just going to melt it before they respond.
Yeah, Monster Mash, they're there this time, but it is still just going to be taken very, very quickly. The Kai'Sa and the Nunu, they take it just so fast here. Goodspeed just actually going to walk towards the 4 members of Monster Mash. They don't want any piece of it. So it is another Baron. It is another Baron for Nocturnal Dragons.
What can they do with it? The next fight is going to be hugely important. It's going to be at least, if Nocturnal Dragon loses, it's going to be at least an inhibitor, if not 2. And if Monster Mash loses, it's probably the game. So this next fight is going to mean a lot. Penzora the Great looking to flank on the side of the Wolf camp, but caught out by Wolfie.
Yeah, do you see here, it is going to be Psycho Ghost. He's going to put some damage down onto the Whippy, but he's going to go ahead and back off. We've seen every fight Monster Mash wins so far has started out with somebody being caught out on Nocturnal Dragons. In a clean 5v5 where Nocturnal Dragons gets the engage they won, they have won those fights. But if Monster Mash catches somebody out somewhere where they shouldn't be, such as last time, the Lucian getting caught out with the Dark Binding, and then, of course, Goodspeed dashing into some place he shouldn't have been, then it is Monster Mash who wins the fights. But you see, as the inhibitor tower goes down and Nocturnal Dragon starts his inhib, what can really Monster Mash do? The Dark Binding doesn't connect. That's an inhibitor down, and that's going to be Nocturnal Dragons backing off and now looking towards the bottom side where you have more minions pushing.
Slow
to take full
push.
advantage. Yeah, slow burn, slow push to take advantage of these Baron-empowered minions. 2
cannon creeps coming in. 3rd one on the way, so this is going to be a huge wave coming in. That middle turret went down. Psychic Ghost was paired up against the Aatrox earlier in the game, so it got very low so they could just walk up and take it, and now they have a turret to half. 3 cannon creeps coming in. They're empowered.
Yeah, you see they are working, actually only one of them's working on the tower, and it is going to stay alive for just a little bit longer. Looks like it is going to be Monster Mash going ahead and clearing that minion out. Oh, hold on. There's Goodspeed caught out, but the stun isn't going to be enough. She's still going to be alive at the start of this fight. Ketsuko, he's going to play the first kill onto the Sejuani. Panzor the Great, he is on a killing spree, though. He is still alive. Can Psycho was find anything? Goodspeed's still alive. He's going to use the ultimate. He's going to get in. Panzor the Great, he is not going to be alive. It's just the bot lane for Monster Mash. They are not going to live much longer. It's a triple kill for Goodspeed, and it looks like with those death timers, the way they are, and minions pushing into the mid lane, you can take the game if you want to. Why are you taking the bottom lane tower?
Just run, end
there
the game.
You go. GG. Now you're doing it. It looks like they are going to start up the Nexus turret. 17 seconds left on Sejuani. It's not going to be enough. Game 1 going to the 5 seed as Nocturnal Dragons. They claimed their first victory in the series in 34-18.
Wow. Good end fight. Like I said, Grand Paradox, not tanky. Ran in, died. Panzora the Great was a little bit slow on the re-engage. Used his ultimate and then immediately died at the end because he got so low towards the middle of that fight. And Goodspeed coming in clutch with that ultimate, just running in, ending the game for him. Well done by Nocturnal Dragons.
Yeah, and I want to point out that fight. What did I just say before that? I said every time that they start with a clean 5v5 for Nocturnal Dragons, they do in fact win. Now, you could make the argument that Monster Mash did catch Goodspeed at the beginning of that fight, but you had the rest of your members there to protect Goodspeed. You saw the Karma Shield going down. You saw the rest of the team dive into that fight. And what do you know? Nocturnal Dragons come out on top of the fight. So as we move into game number 2, Jinja, who is your MVP? Maybe for the side of Nocturnal Dragons, as they do take game number 1.
Oh, that's too easy. It's Goodspeed. He's like obviously the biggest damage dealer. The reason that they could burn Baron twice, just sneaking it away, and he messed up like twice, only died once for his mistakes, but he played a decently clean game. Like, you know, he didn't just get these kills through happenstance. He worked for them, so I think he performed well for Nocturnal Dragons, replacing MOMvsNDR, the traditional 1v9.
Yeah, certainly filling in for Nocturnal Dragons, you know, one of their better players, well, making maybe a case for their second best player, if not their best player. So we'll go ahead and end game number 1 here. Nocturnal Dragons, they force match point against Monster Mash. Remember, this is a best of 3 series. So we'll take a 5 to 10 minute break. I got to go ahead and get ready myself for game number 2. And then we will come back with maybe what might be the deciding game, or Monster Mash, they might be able to tie things up. Back in a little bit here on the Commonwealth League.